There is something very serious going down tonight in the Dallas area. They have announced in the news that people should stay indoors because of the massive aerial spraying operation that will soon be underway. And the official story is this is being done to fight West Nile virus. It was reported about a month ago that one death has been reported in Dallas, and I'm going to play for you now a media clip from WAPT-TV, and then we'll go over some of the articles that I need to share with you.
Motive. There are new worries about West Nile here in Mississippi. This week, the state health department confirmed the first human death this year. It was reported in Jones County. Health leaders are also reporting 3 new cases in Hinds, Pearl River, and Wayne counties. There are now 13 cases statewide this year. 16 WAPT's Aaron Kelly is live to explain why we're seeing a major jump right now. Aaron.
Well, Stephanie, here at the health department, they tell us this is peak mosquito breeding season, July, August, September. And because of that increased mosquito activity, everyone's going to be a lot more careful outside. Now, that means the basic things: bug spray, avoiding time outside between dusk until dawn. And if you do need to be out then, try covering your arms and your legs. Now, last year, there were no reported West Nile deaths in Mississippi, although there were 8 cases. This year, 13 cases with no way of knowing if it's going to get any worse. Now, doctors say there's no cure. There's just ways to deal with symptoms. But if you have West Nile virus, you might not know that you have it. About 80% of people don't feel that they have it. Now, some of the serious symptoms. So some of the serious problems range from headache to fever, more serious symptoms like meningitis-like symptoms, even paralysis. If you're 50 and older, you're going to be more vulnerable to these symptoms. But doctors tell us, doesn't matter where you live or how you are, you need to be careful. Live in Jackson, Aaron Kelly, 16 WAPT News.
Okay. So let me go over some of the things that I've compiled here. And this is just 10 minutes of research. Aerial mosquito spraying could pose risks to people with HIV and AIDS. This is from DallasVoice.com. People with HIV/AIDS are at a greater risk of developing severe complications from West Nile virus, which has led to 10 deaths in Dallas County this summer. But people with HIV/AIDS could also face greater risk from exposure to the chemicals used in aerial spraying to combat the virus. It actually says 10 deaths. That's actually more than I thought. And the question is, what is actually causing this? Is this something natural, or is this something that's been released? Now, I'm not trying to freak people out here and get on the bandwagon saying that this is a part of the plan to murder 80% of the human population. But we know that the swine flu scare was a hoax to sell vaccines. And truth is stranger than fiction, because we have all these stories here about Dallas, which we're going to come back to. But we need to talk about this story, which came out a couple of years ago, and it's entitled, "Australia to Test Mosquito Vaccine Against Human Disease." In January, scientists will start deploying a strange bacterium in an attempt to halt disease transmission by mosquitoes. And we see this over here. Pentagon takes over civilian duties. This is from the Intel Hub. This is a military plane right here. This is a C-130 cargo plane. And this has been, this is the U.S. Air Force engaged in a massive aerial spraying operation in the state of Florida. And this is dated July 11th, 2012. And you click right here and you can go directly to the CBS article. So, controlling mosquitoes has been militarized, okay? Low-flying plane is on a mosquito mission. There it is. And there's the CBS logo right there, CBS Miami. Now, here we have another article. Oklahoma is on track to experience most severe West Nile virus season. and this is the mosquito control spray policy in Delaware. This is happening in multiple states, including New York City. Here's UC Berkeley News. Mosquito spray increases toxicity in creek. A new study finds a relatively benign compound contained in a widely used group of insecticides can mix with and increase the level of toxins of existing pesticides in the environment, according to a new study led by biologists at the University of California. While the increase in toxic levels was relatively modest, the effects from the interaction of chemicals were expected. Okay. Now we go over here, and this is titled Aerial Mosquito Spray Opponents Take to the Internet, and this is from CW33.com. They are based here in Dallas, and I have this report queued up. Of course, we're going to have to go through the advertisement, so we're going to come back to that in just a moment. While we're waiting on that, actually, we have it ready now.
Other cities will have until tomorrow at 5 p.m. to decide if they are in or out. CW33's Doug Magdich shows us how those who are opposed to the spraying are making a last-minute push to convince the county to cancel the spray.
I mean, I'm a gardener, and I don't want that poison on my vegetables.
Vanessa Van Gilder gardens without pesticides. She's afraid
So it's going to be affecting our food supply.
To change her ways, with pesticides falling from the sky. By the close of business on Wednesday, cities in Dallas County will need to decide if they'll allow the aerial spraying. On Monday, Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings asked on his Facebook page what people think about aerial spraying, and in 4 pages of responses, nearly everyone was negative. D. Hill said, please don't spray the poison. Robbie Dawson Christopher says, what's next? Draining the area lakes to prevent drowning?
They're monitoring what
Please
people are
do not
saying on
spray.
Facebook.
Emily McCann said, absolutely against being sprayed with poison.
I think people are really upset about
Nobody
what's
wants
going
it.
on, and they want their voices
They have
to be
declared a
heard.
state of
As a
emergency
beekeeper,
in
Van
Dallas
Gilder
over
is
this.
worried
Yet
about
most
the
people don't even know this is
effects
taking
on
place.
other insects.
What's really scary is the spray is going to kill many insects, including the beneficial ones, which will allow the other bad insects to become more of a problem.
She started the online petition, Dallas Stop the Spray, Combat Mosquitoes the Intelligent Way. By the intelligent way, she means with prevention and without pesticides.
And of course, this is in no way saying that, we don't feel for the people who have been infected. It's not that. We're saying there are better methods to approach this, to control it. And the city of Dallas has not done that, and that's why it has gotten to this level.
Tuesday, the petition reached more than 1,000 signatures. Van Gilder plans to give it to the county and all cities deciding on spraying.
We're not doing anything about the mosquitoes in West Nile. We just want to make sure that Dallas is doing the right thing.
In Dallas, Doug Magdich, CW33
Yeah, but
News.
see, that's the problem when you just believe whatever the government tells you, whatever these scientists tell you, whatever the CDC is telling you. They told us we should get vaccines if we want to be protected against the swine flu. We know that was a fraud, and you got the World Health Organization, which is heavily influenced by Big Pharma. So we know these deceptions are taking place. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to make something out of nothing. But this is a very serious situation. And there are ways you can safeguard your health. And there are certain supplements you can take, like olive leaf extract. And I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But let me go ahead and finish the rest of these stories that I compiled. Pack that repellent. West Nile virus is spiking across the United States, and this was published 44 minutes ago. Okay, so we have this new panic. West Nile virus, get prepared. And yes, some people have passed on, have died. The question is it a sizable amount to the point where we need to have this type of response? And the question is, where did this West Nile virus actually come from? Is there some sort of another factor in this that we're not being told about, that we're not aware of? Just knowing that they have unleashed mosquitoes with vaccines in Australia. They're militarizing the spraying of mosquitoes in Florida. That's not good. This is some sort of a covert program to potentially fuck our health up. So who are the real mosquitoes that they're spraying? The ones this size or the ones this size? So it talks about all these cases. Again, the CDC, the same CDC that actually did warn us about a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I know how ridiculous that sounds, but we're talking about the CDC here. So just take your vaccines, drink your fluoridated water. By the way, they're adding fluoridated water to Portland's water supply. Not good, not something that I can just keep my mouth shut about. So we have all these things going on. Here's another one. We are spraying our cities with chemical warfare agents as ineffective means of controlling rare mosquito-borne diseases. There is no scientific evidence that the spray is effective in stopping the spread of West Nile virus. There is evidence that the spraying endangers health. The more dangerous pesticide used this year is I can't even enunciate that. Similar to chemical warfare agents produced during World War II, this chemical adversely affects the human nervous system, even at low exposure levels, and ingredients are on California's Proposition 65 list of chemicals known to cause cancer. And this is entitled, again, we're spraying our cities with chemical warfare agents as ineffective means of controlling rare mosquito-borne diseases. And this comes to us, by the way, from TomHartman.com. He's a Democrat. He's been a Obama apologist at times, but he's also been a decent reporter. He definitely denies any belief in a new world order and laughs at that. But when you have somebody like that, who's like a mainstream left-leaning journalist, publishing this on their website, something very serious is taking place. Now, this is olive leaf extract, and I want you to do some research on this, at how this can help boost your immune system. This has been recommended for AIDS patients, people with extreme cases of STDs, and it has a way of purging toxins, fungi, viruses, bacteria from your system, harmful bacteria. There's also ways that you might want to supplement with healthy gut bacteria, flora. So you need a supplement in some way so you have that so you can digest your food. But it's very important that you understand how you can purge some of these toxins out of your system. I haven't been taking olive leaf extract for some time, but I am going to take some in just a little bit. So, in conclusion here, I don't want you to be freaked out. I don't want you to be scared. You know, we're not pushing a doomsday message. But we are being very aware that these things are taking place for some reason. We know there's chemtrails. We know there's fluoride in the water. We know there's genetically modified food. And now we can see that they are militarizing the war on mosquitoes. But the question is, which mosquito are they actually referring to? Are we the mosquitoes? What kind of an operation is this really? If you have additional information on this, the chemicals that are being sprayed, please share that in the comment section below. If you have any information or if you've done any investigative work on West Nile virus itself, you might want to share that as well. If you have information about ways people can stay healthy and purge these toxins, if you're someone with that information, you should share that as well. Thank you for watching.